What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for February the 24th, 2025. Good. I could hear myself. Just gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join, and then we will get started. Let's take a look. Just want to make sure that we're good. We're live. I posted the link everywhere. We're good. Just to give you guys an update for this week. It's gonna be a very, very, very busy and hectic week for me. I think Friday is the only day this week where I won't have a live trading session, and then obviously we don't have an isolation session for Friday, so we won't have that. On the weekend too, I most likely won't be here. I probably won't be here till Monday night. So if I have a isolation session on Monday, it'll most likely be a pretty late isolation session. Again, I'm not even sure if I'll be back home by Monday. I don't know if I'll be back home by Tuesday. I think I'll be home by Tuesday, but there's a very big chance that we won't have an isolation session or a live trading session until Wednesday morning. The Wednesday morning and then Wednesday evening for the isolation session. So just wanted to let you guys know. Just keep you guys updated. Anything else we need to talk about? Not really. I haven't taken any trades these last couple days. This morning woke up, saw that everything moved overnight, so I didn't even decide to turn the stream on. Last night for this weekend's isolation session or weekly market breakdown, I didn't do one this weekend. Had a bunch of shit going on that I just didn't really want to do the session. I'm not gonna lie. But we're back, right? We're back. Let's finish out this week very strong. Let's do what we gotta do. We'll update our charts. My charts are updated. I didn't do the session, but I did update my charts. So again, this isolation session, the pairs we're going to be going over, the ones that you see on the right hand side with the red folder next to your name, starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with US oil. We will be going in order from the top going to the bottom. But again, if you guys have any questions about any other pair, whether or not they're on our list, just let me know and we'll do them towards the end of the stream. I did want to give everybody another minute, but I'm not gonna wait out all night for everybody. So again, if you guys are watching the recording, if for the people who regularly watch the recording, you guys know you could always hit me up, message me, request for a one-on-one session. Any questions you guys have, I'll always be available for you guys. Everything we do here is completely free. The isolation session, the live trading sessions, the weekly market breakdowns, completely free here on the YouTube channel. The one-on-one sessions, our Discord server, everything is completely free. You guys could join that. I'll post the link for our Discord in the chat. I'll actually put it in the chat right now. I believe there's a link in the description, so you guys could click on that one as well, but I just posted it in the chat. Again, everything we do here is completely free, so take advantage of that. Anything else? I think that's it, guys. Let's get started. So again, isolation session, we're going to be going over the daily time frame, where we're at in the overall market makers pattern. Any continuations in the daily, go to the 4 hour. Same thing, look for any continuations or 4 hour highs or 4 hour lows. And then in the 30-minute time frame, same thing, look for any continuations, any 372s, and then we'll go on to the next pairs. Not gonna be going through them. Every single pair is treated the exact same way, as the exact same explanations for every single pair, so I'm not going to spend an hour speaking about this. We're just gonna get through it. So first couple pairs, we'll do it slowly, and then I'm gonna speed it up. Again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Anything else you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, then let's just get right into it. So AU, we're in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation in the overall market makers pattern, right? We have the first push, A1, second push, A2, and now we're looking for the third and final push before we start going back up. Right, we know that before price could go below our zone of consolidation, we need to see a break of structure. We never got a break of structure, right? We had the inducement, we have testing candles. We also know we have a 30-minute gap here at the top of the zone. So we know that price is going to want to come back up, right? Fill this gap up and then go back down, right? Same thing that happened the last couple times we've been in the zone. Every single time we're going below the zone, we're testing, going back to the top. Testing the lows, going back to the top. Testing the lows again, going back to the top. Right, same thing that's going on here. We test these lows, we know we're gonna go back to the top. Right, we have no continuations on the daily time frame. We have a no net month, which was last month. In the 4-hour time frame, we had 2 weeks of counter rise. Last week being the third week, price gave us that new weekly high and then finished on a no net, right? No engulfing candles. Again, pretty much price is still making higher highs and higher lows. I don't trade going against the trend. I don't trade going against the overall market makers pattern trend. Since we're in an overall market makers pattern downtrend, I'm not looking for these buys. Right? Price is still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So right now, just going to skip over AU, right? We already know that AU, we just gotta wait for these pullbacks to develop. And that's pretty much it. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second. One second, guys. I'm just sending a text message before I keep going. But any questions, let me know. Again, AU, we're pretty much not really looking at anything. Just give me like a minute or two here and then I'll keep going. Sorry about that. Any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, just let me know. It's good, Mr. Albert. Hope we're doing well, my brother. My bad, guys. Doing well, bro. Hope you're also doing the same. Yeah, I'm doing good, my brother. I can't complain. You know, every day that we're alive and well, man, we can't complain. It's always a beautiful day. Sorry about the delay, guys. I was sending a text message. Um, let's keep going. So AU, we already know what we're looking for, right? Price is still moving counter, so we're just gonna let AU move. EA, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side, right? EA is looking good, right? Right now, we still know we're stuck in the zone of consolidation once again, where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time. We still don't have a valid break of structure in the daily time frame. We don't have any continuations. We could still see price giving us lower lows and lower highs. We don't have a valid engulfing candle here on the daily time frame either. On the 4 hour, right, let's turn off these session breaks. We know we have a week of drop. Actually, we might have to update this, right? This is a no net. Yep. So let's update this to a weekly no net. We have no continuations. Once again, price is still just giving us lower lows and lower highs. We have no engulfing candles, right? Right now, again, in the 4 hour, no turnaround, right? No change of characters in price, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, right? And we know we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. We had a day of rise on Friday. Monday, which was today, gave us a second day of rise. Could we be expecting this third day going into tomorrow at 372? Absolutely. Looks good, right? What I don't like is the fact that opening up the week, we had a gap in the market, right? Starting off today's session as well, we had a little gap in the market as well. So we already know that gaps in the market reset the trend. So could we expect this 372? A 372 could happen. However, already understanding that we don't have a break of structure just yet, just a change of character, this could still be an inducement to make everybody believe this is where price is going to give us higher highs and higher lows, and then it'll just turn around and give us a lower low, right? We also know we have the 800 EMA. Price respects the 800 EMA, so the fact that we don't have a break of structure and the fact that we still are right below the 800 EMA, that's already two different confluences letting me know that price is most likely not going to give us that third push to the top side, right? And again, it makes sense. We're still making lower lows and lower highs in the daily time frame, in the higher time frames. On the 4 hour time frame, same thing, still making lower lows and lower highs. So once again, right now we just have to be a little patient, right? If we get some sort of confirmation, right, if price somehow gives us, you know, a rejection of these lows and then it starts giving us internal higher highs and higher lows, then we know we could take this trade back up to the top, right? That could be a really good trade, right? If price ends up giving us a steeper pullback, right, and we end up getting a rejection of these lows and then we start seeing internal higher highs and higher lows, then we know we could take this trade back to the top side, right? But right now we just have to be a little patient because again, price could simply just be giving us a move like this, right? So just being a little patient, that's where this really lies down to, boils down to just waiting for our confirmations, right? And right now we don't have any other confirmation. We don't have any entry confirmations. You know, the only thing right now that's sitting on our side, which looks good, is okay, this could be in level 3. What are we looking for? We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. That's the only confirmation we may have right now, is price bouncing off the 50 EMA. However, a EMA entry is not enough. It's not enough confirmation to take a trade, right? Remember, a lot of these indicators are just training wheels, right? It's understanding, okay, cool, this could be a reason why we could enter. But let's talk about the reasons why it's not. And market structure plays a very important role in that, right? Without understanding market structure, you're not going to be able to trade effectively, right? That is the difference between having an 80%, 90% win rate compared to the people who have a 50%, 40% win rate. Both could be profitable, but one is easier to obtain than the other, right? It's a lot less stress-free. So right now for EA, again, we could still classify this as a 372. We could still sit here and really just wait till tomorrow morning and see what price wants to do. But outside of that 372, there's nothing else, right? Again, every single time frame is still trending counter. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. 30 minutes, I would have loved to have seen a break of structure and then a pullback to then get in. We don't have that break of structure just yet, so we still don't have a valid reason to get into this trade. But keep going. Let's see if we have anything else on these other pairs. So EU, We know we're still in V1. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs in the daily time frame. No continuations. On the 4-hour time frame, price ended up giving us, let's see, because we had a lot of gaps in the opening of this week. So we have another week of no net. So this is not a week of drop. This is a weekly no net, no continuations. Right on the 4-hour time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character, higher low. Right, and we're still trading between that high and that low. So at this moment, again, we still don't have a valid break of structure. We still don't know if price is gonna 100% turn around, right? So EU on the 4-hour time frame looks very similar to how EA looks on the 30-minute time frame, right? I don't want to take none of these trades here going long because we know price is gonna go back down, right? Same thing here, right? Same thing here, right? So these are one of those points in trading where you have to ask yourself, am I in the right spot to take a trade? Right? If you're in the best spot to take a trade, then take the trade. No worries. Right? But if you're not in the best position to take a trade, then don't take it. Right? And again, understanding that we need to wait for that break of structure is going to be key. Once we get that 4-hour break of structure, that's when we're going to start seeing price turn around. Right? And on the 30-minute, very similar. On the 30-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We're trading between this high and this low, and then price started giving us a higher high change of character, right? After price gave us a higher high change of character, gave us a higher low, and then now let's see if it gave us that break of structure higher high, right? It gave us the first green candle, testing, right? This third green candle is the one that gave us the valid break of structure, and now we have the pullback. Right, so right now for Tuesday or for Monday, today's Monday, I'm bugging. Right, we have a day of no net. Right, not only do we have a day of no net, but let's update our 30-minute low and 30-minute high. Right, so we have the break from here to here. That means that our low is the lowest point between here to here, which is here. This green wick. Right, and then we have these highs up here. Right, and right now we're still sitting inside our daily engulfing candle. So again, this is not, oh, we're inside the engulfing, let's take a trade now. No. Right, again, let's just think about how big the stop loss is. A 80 pip zone. Right, I'm not gonna take a trade in an 80 pip zone. Right, I'm gonna wait for something else to develop in this area. Right, if we could get a lower time frame change of character, break of structure, if we could get a 30-minute engulfing candle, something else that's going to give me another confirmation to take a trade, that's when I'll start taking this trade. However, again, understanding that price hasn't given us this break of structure and price again went up, rejected our highs, right? We have an inducement of the highs, and then price started going back down. It's already letting me know that price is not ready to go up just yet, and that's okay, right? I'll wait for price to develop. Again, using the EMAs as another indicator. Level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Look at how price is just rejecting the 200 and we're going back below it. It's already giving us, we have so many confirmations already letting us know that we still have to wait. We still don't have any confirmation that price is going to go up, right? We just got to be patient. EURCAD, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. We know we have this gap at the bottom of the market, so right now, not really looking to take any trades on EURCAD until we fill that gap. In the 4-hour time frame, we have a week of no net. Right, in this week of no net, no continuations, we can still see price giving us lower lows and lower highs. In the 30-minute time frame, also no continuations. We had a day of no net, which was on Friday. Right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high change of character. Price then went up, gave us a higher low, higher high, right? Gave us a pullback during the NYC session, right? End of London going into the NYC, and then gave us another higher high and gave us another push to the top side. So we know that we're still trading between pretty much these highs for right now. And we're pretty big zone, but we'll mark it as we have the lowest candle here. the lowest body of the red candle here, but the lowest candle between this high and that high is really this candle here, right? Yeah. So we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. Higher high, higher low, boom, higher high. So let's see what price wants to do for EU or for ECAD. Again, we have no continuations. This is still a gap, a price where we have gaps at the bottom. Would love to see price fill that gap up before we take a trade, but we will see. We'll see what happens here. It's all good. GA, very similar to EU. We have these gaps at the bottom, right? We know that we are in V2. We got the second zone of consolidation. We got the break of structure. We have the retest. Now we're looking for that third and final push to the top side, right? We know that on the daily time frame, we have a daily engulfing candle, green, green, red. Price came in, retested it, right? And looks like price wants to go back up, and we're looking good. We know that in level 3, we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. Again, that's just another indicator for us in our rule book, and it's looking good. We're right on the 50 on the daily. On the 4 hour, the EMAs are tight together, so we know that when price decides to move, it's gonna move quick, right? It's going to move quick. We already know that. So 4 hour time frame, we're also looking good. Again, when it comes to continuations on the 4 hour, we're pretty much still just moving sideways. We don't really have a trend here on the 4 hour. And then on the 30-minute time frame, let's take a look. Right, on the 30-minute, we had a lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. We still don't have a break of structure, which again, that break of structure is going to be the confirmation that price is ready to start moving up. We still know we have this 30-minute engulfing candle at the bottom of the zone. We're still trading between the 30-minute low and 30-minute high. We had a day of rise on Friday, and then today, Monday, price gave us another push to the top side, right? And then price already for the Tuesday trading session to complete this 372, price already gave us this third day high as well, right? Already. So not only that, we have a gap in the market, reset the trend. So technically speaking, this isn't really a 372 at this point. So GA again is just one of those situations where what I'm gonna wait for is the same thing we've been talking about since last week, right? This looks good, this looks perfect. The daily time frame looks good, it looks perfect. It's exactly what I want to see, right? The only thing missing now for me to really start looking to take these trades again is going to be this break of structure above the zone. Once we get the break and the retest, that's when I'll start going to get into trades, right? But right now, trading in this little zone of consolidation, as you guys can see, where price has rejected lows, rejected highs multiple times, went back low, rejected the lows, went back high, rejected the highs, went to the middle, rejected the highs, going back down, right? I would rather wait for the valid confirmation, like a trade that I know I'm gonna get into, and price isn't going to just reverse on me as soon as I get in, right? And we're not in that situation, right? Even for the trade that we could talk about from a couple weeks ago on this pair, right? This trade, right? Oh, but this one reversed on you, correct? But this is the reason why we don't trade going counter trend, right? This was a very simple trade because we know that we're trading lower low, lower high, right? After a lower low, what are we looking for? We're looking for a lower high, right? Did we get that lower high? Of course, right? Once we saw that price gave us the inducement, engulfing candle, lower time frame, change of character, break of structure, boom, that's when we get in and get out, right? I can't do that in a zone of consolidation, right? In a zone of consolidation, the easiest trade, and again, I don't trade going counters, so I'm not looking for shorts off the rejection of the highs. What I'm looking for is for price to go long off the rejection of the lows to go back up to the highs, right? The rejection of the lows to go back up to the highs, the rejection of the lows to go back up high, right? So these are just certain areas where we just have to be patient. I'm either going to be waiting for a break above the zone, or I'm waiting for a rejection at the bottom of the zone. That's the only way I'll take a trade here. This is the only way. But again, the most valid entry and the easiest entry to get into, so we don't get off topic here, is going to be the break of structure after the change of character. And that break of structure is going to happen up here. So just going to be waiting for that. Right now, no need to rush into trades. Right, GCAD, right now, I'm currently still having this marked as V2. This is still the second zone consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We have no continuations on the daily time frame. Price is pretty much just, again, moving sideways. On the 4 hour time frame, same thing, we're moving sideways, but we did have 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, gave us a rise drop, reset the trend, gave us another week of rise, Then last week, price gave us another week of rise. Then this week, we were looking for a third week push to the top side, and we could see that price has just continued that trend back to the top side, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, same thing. We had a rise no net, reset the trend, gave us 2 days of rise. Then today being the third day, price ended up giving us that push back to the top side. And looking at the trend, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, boom, back up to the higher high. So right now for GCAD, still don't really have anything valid. We gotta wait for these pullbacks. This has been a pair that for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we've just been pushing up to the top side with no pullbacks, right? We had the change of character, we had the break of structure. After we got the break of structure, price just continued the trend to the top side. Never really gave us clean entries. So that's pretty much it for this one. Let me update our 30-minute high. Go on to the next one. Again, guys, any questions, just let me know. GJ, I'm not really. We're still in peak high territory. We're still trading higher high, higher low. Daily time frame, no continuations. 4-hour time frame, we're pretty much still stuck in this little range, zone of consolidation. Let's take a look. Dude, I'm at a point where I'm so sick and tired of clicking that button. I hate that trading view messed up. After that last update where I have to now toggle the session breaks. Still making lower lows and lower highs in the 4-hour time frame. No continuations. This is still a pair where daily time frame we're in an uptrend, 4-hour time frame we're in a downtrend, 30-minute time frame we're in a downtrend. And I'm not, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of trading when price in one time frame is telling you something else completely different than the other. It's just not the best time to take a trade, right? So let's go on to the next one, GU. And again, guys, I'm not gonna really do my breakdown for US30 gold, Bitcoin, or oil. So once we pretty much do USDCAD and USD we'll be done for the night. Any questions so far, let me know. If not, then we'll do these pairs real quick and then we'll be done for the night. So GU, we broke out of our first zone of consolidation, right? We had the pullback, we have the break and the pullback. Now we're looking for that second push to the top side, that second level, right? Daily time frame, we're still making lower lows and lower highs, still waiting for that, no continuations, right? On the 4-hour time frame, however, right, we can see that in the 4-hour time frame we had lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price finally gave us the higher high change of character, right? We still don't have a break of structure, we're still on the change of character, but we know that we're trading between this high, right, and these lows at the bottom. So now we're looking for a pullback, right? And we know that in level 2 we're looking for price to give us a pullback on the 200 EMA. So could we be expecting a pullback somewhere in this area? Absolutely, right? And then on the 30-minute time frame, once again, price is still giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Is this a situation where I'm gonna say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, or is all of this part of the same trend? I don't like when price starts doing these type of inducements and these type of moves, because we already know it just doesn't make any sense, right? We already know what it is. We already know it's an inducement. So why am I gonna mark inducement as market structure? It just makes no sense. So what I'm gonna do for right now is I'm gonna keep this marked just like this, and then tomorrow morning I'll update this if needed. And just going from here, I'm not really gonna be trading GU. So that's pretty much it. Let's do USDCAD and USDZAR, and then we'll be done. USDCAD is in peak high territory, so again, really no continuations, nothing really here to trade. Peak high territory, peak low territory are the worst positions to take a trade or to be looking for a trade. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a week of rise. Right, price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs on the 4-hour, and then on the 30-minute, same thing, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Price has been consolidating, and then finally today gave us a push back to the top side. But once again, we're still trading between the previous lower low and lower high, so I'm not going to be looking to take any trades here. And then USDZAR should pretty much be the same. V2, second zone of consolidation, have that gap at the bottom of the zone, looking for price to fill this gap up and then go back to the top side. No continuations on the daily time frame, right? On the 4-hour, no continuations, price still giving us lower lows and lower highs. And then on the 30-minute time frame, same thing. Right, 30-minute, we have low, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. We're still trading between the same 30-minute low and 30-minute high. And as we can see, price is just moving sideways. There's really nothing for us here. So that's pretty much it, guys. I am gonna do my little breakdown on stream here still with US30, so you guys will still have me for a few seconds. I'm just not gonna speak out loud about it and what I'm looking for and what I'm expecting. Too many new traders who watch us who want to trade gold and Bitcoin and GJ, and it's like you shouldn't be trading these pairs if you don't know what you're looking at. You know what I mean? So 4-hour, we have that high, we have the low, we have a weaker drop, no continuations, perfect. We have that gap. So that issue with the gap that I have here is on TradingView there's a gap, but on TradeLocker and all the other servers there is no gap. So you know that boils down the question, right? Is that gap effective? Is it going to affect the market? You know, do we still keep it in our back pocket and say, oh well, that gap needs to be filled, right? Because if that gap needs to be filled, then we understand that the change of character and break of structure that we got on the lower time frame, right, isn't really valid, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high, boom, break of structure, lower low and lower high. So you know, if it's a valid gap, then that break of structure is just going to be invalidated. If that gap is not valid, then you know I know exactly where we're going to be looking for that pullback. And that's really where this stems from, right? That if we end up getting that pullback, you know, we just got to keep looking at market structure and really and forget about everything else and just look at market structure. And that's what I'm saying. This pair is a pair where you have to graduate to. Like if you don't know your rules like the back of your hand, you're gonna get cooked on US30. You're gonna get so fried on US30 is not even funny. There's way too much to look into when you're trading US30. There's just way too much. And again, the cost of doing business is the same. Right? If you could trade any other pair, you could trade US30. Right? You'll make the same amount of money. You'll make the same amount of money. Gold very similar, man. I'm not really trading gold. We're in a higher high. We're in the highest point in the market that's the market's ever been in. We have multiple weeks, so I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks where price has just been making higher highs and higher lows. Just no pullbacks. It's just been straight green days on gold. And I don't trade that way. I don't like trading in these areas where price is just making higher highs and higher lows, you know, for days and days and days and days. It just makes no sense. Bitcoin, finally, I saw that today, finally gave us a pullback, right? Once again, Bitcoin is one of those situations where, again, we're in peak high territory, very similar to gold. We're in the highest point in the market. We know we're in the zone of consolidation where price has been rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time. We have no continuations. And then on the 30-minute, we had high, low, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, lower, low, lower, high, and then let me see. Do we have a new lower low here? I believe we do. Yeah. So we're technically trading, but we'll update this tomorrow. We're pretty much trading between this lower high and whatever lower low is set here on Bitcoin. And then last but not least for the night, US oil. We're in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in the downtrend. We have no continuations on the daily time frame. We have no engulfing candles, no valid engulfing candles in the daily. On the 4-hour, we have 3 weeks of drop. On the third week, it was a drop, no net. This week, I'm expecting that 4th week push to the bottom. Right, we had that push to the bottom, already gave us a low. 30-minute time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Right, and we're pretty much trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high, and we have a day of rise. That's pretty much it, guys. Really, nothing else on my side. You know, if we want to go one by one again through these pairs, you know, I'm not really looking for any entries for right now. You know, EA is probably the only one on my watch list that looks decent. Everything else, it's mainly looking for a pullback, right? A lot of these pairs, like we're looking at them right now, right? A lot of these pairs at a higher high. Like, what are you gonna trade at a higher high? Higher high, higher high, higher high? Or are we gonna be looking for a pullback, right? Higher high going into a higher low, and the higher low we look for an entry to go back into the higher high, right? So there's really not too much to trade. There's not a lot of pairs right now that look good. Um, and that's okay. That happens sometimes. So that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Any questions, let me know. For the people watching the recording, any questions, just hit me up. And we'll get those questions answered. But hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Any questions, let me know in the chat. I'll give you guys about a minute or two. And then if no questions in the chat, then we'll just be done for the night and we'll be back again tomorrow.